Visuals and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Pokemon Thursday, the day of the week where we get down and we get dirty. We talk all about how weird would it have been to live in like the Victorian times. Down the street, women are wearing dresses that fucking stick out like a horse's back end, and they had to wear them corset stuff, didn't they? You got men that don't brush their teeth. They've got fucking them horrible little jackets on, the little scarf things they always used to wear. Most of them were like chimney sweeps and that. People chucking buckets of shit and piss out the fucking window. Everybody was ill. It was either the Elizabethan times or the Victorian times where, like, you'd go to the doctor, wouldn't you, if you were sick, and they'd either make you shit it all out, make you spew it all, or they'd cut you to make you bleed it all out. That's right. Yeah, I'm really, really ill. I've got a headache, right? We'll stab you, shit your pants, and give it a bit, then you'll be fine. You'll be right as rain. Yeah, that's what we're here to talk about. Once again, you guys got Ashton Kutchered. You guys got pranked. We're here to talk about Pokemon. Anybody new to the channel, I always say, like I say this now, I'm sorry, them intros are a stupid, dumb meme that no one laughs at that I always do, where we're like, welcome back to Pokemon Hi, we're not talking about Pokemon, but yeah, we really are. It's not funny, but I keep doing it. I'm sorry to anybody new. Please stick around. Well, I would very much love and appreciate you to be part of the visuals. Like I'm hugging you. This week we've got another category, and this one's a weird list because I'm only like 99% sure that I fall under the correct criteria for this list. We're about to do Pokemon I have never used, or at least I don't think I've ever used. I've done plenty of my teams for Pokemon related stuff. So if anybody can remember me saying any of this, then please feel free to correct us in the comments below. We'll get into more specifics of each Pokemon as we get to them on the list, but I think it's fair to say most Pokemon players have used at least, what, 80%? And when I say use, I don't mean from a full team, you've had it all the way, done all your gyms, done all the thingies, but like just used it in a couple of battles, see what it was like, or maybe you used it just to level up so you can evolve it and get it as a part of your decks, or, you know, you've interacted with near enough every Pokemon, at least in some way, shape, or form. But when I go through that, I went through the entire Pokedex, I was looking, and I was like, yeah, definitely use you, definitely. Even Pokemon I don't like, well, yeah, obviously I've used you, having a quick go and you, blah, blah, blah. But I got to these Pokemon, I'm like, I actually don't think I've ever used you. I know there was like a blank spot in my head, and I'm trying to picture ways as to why and whatnot, because, like, for example, Blossom's on this list. And I know for a fact I've had a Gloom in my team, then I've evolved a Gloom into a Blossom, but that's it. The Blossom went straight away in the box. I can't ever think of, right, let's quickly go take it for a test spin. Let's see how she runs. I don't think I've ever used a Blossom in my entire life. So yeah, again, if I've done a video on it before and I've got myself wrong or whatever, then please let us know in the comments below. But yeah, visuals. Here's my... Well, we got 9. Have we done what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we've done 10. Yeah, 10 Pokemon I'm pretty sure I haven't ever used before. And kicking straight off, we'll stick with Blossom. Yeah, Blossom. And again, these Pokemon, not all of them are Pokemon that I don't like or anything like that. I have absolutely nothing against Blossom. The only thing I don't really get is how Gloom goes quite big and then it evolves really, really small again. That's always baffled me. You plant people can tell us why that is. But I've always, yeah, Blossom's great. It's an OG at this point. I remember the old Pogs and the old artwork and that being like, ah, cool. Blossom has a very, you know, warm place in my heart as a nostalgic Pokemon, as an OG, you know, Gen 2 Pokemon and shit. But yeah, I don't think I've ever had the inkling or the will or the want to be like, let's chuck this little flowery girl out there and see what happens. I know I've evolved Glooms plenty of times for a Blossom, for Dexys and all that kind of stuff. But I can honestly tell you right now, I have no recollection. I have no memory of using a Blossom. It's another one, and I think it's because of design. I really don't like the design. It's Delcatty. I know for a fine fact I used Skitty in one of my earliest runs of the Gen 3 shit, and as soon as it evolved, I remember going, I don't want none of this. I just think, you know, Delcatty's not a great design for me. It's not overly... I don't hate it, but I'm just a bit like, yeah, your head's a bit weird. You know, weird cat. And it just never really inspired us or, like, you know, got anything going. So, yeah, Skitty definitely used... Because I don't mind Skitty. It's just when it evolves, it's a bit minging. I remember literally evolving it and being like, bye for now. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for playing. Bye-bye. This one's really doing my head in because I could have sworn that at some point in time I have had this on a team. It's Chatot. But when I was going through the list, obviously don't get wrong, you ain't going to remember every playthrough of every... I mean, most Pokemon players have probably done 1 trillion playthroughs on all the different games, and you've just gone through random teams, try you, try this, try that, you know, whatever. We'll have you on a team, you'll be our water type, you'll be our grass type, and done loads of combinations. So it could have easily just slipped through my stupid dumb memory. But at the time of doing the stuff for the video and recording, I can't picture a Chatot on any of my teams. And I know Chatot we had Chatot in Arceus, didn't we? And I could have sworn I used a Chatot for a bit on there, but again, was Chatot in Arceus? And I'm sure it was. It was, because obviously it's Sinnoh anyway, so it will be. Either way, I have a blank hole in my head when it comes to Chatot, and whether it's been in the team or not. It's doing my head, and I'm pretty sure I haven't used Chatot. And again, nothing against Chatot. Fine Pokemon, just never used you, pal. I'm so bad for saying this, but there's been not a huge, don't get us wrong, there's been a small conversation regarding Maractus on the last few videos. I've done it on Maractus on least used Pokemon in general. People have brought it up and said, you know, it's the most forgettable and all this kind of stuff. And they're absolutely right, because once again, we are coming to Maractus, and I don't mean to bully Maractus, and any of you Maractus fans out there, I do apologise. But the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, it is so unforgettable. It probably is like one of the most least recognisable Pokemons from any gen and stuff. And it's that unforgettable. I, once again, pretty sure I have never used a Maractus on a team. It's never appeared to us. Once again, I will have caught it at some point. I've done all the dexes and all that kind of shit. Whenever it's been a dex, you need to get it and all that. I've never encountered like a shiny or anything like that. So every Maractus is just a generic Maractus that I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever felt the appeal or the need or the, oh, well, we'll have this on our team. We'll see how it is for a little bit. I think it's just once the game's done, we'll go back and catch a Maractus done in the decks, and that's it. So it's unforgettable and it's unwanted, and I do apologise, Maractus. Now, I can safely say I have never, ever, ever, ever used a Swanna. Because, yeah, 110% I've never have. And I'm sorry, but it's down to the design. I think the design is absolutely awful. I get it. It's a swan. Wicked, cool, amazing. It's just skinny next Pelipper. You know, the water and the flying and all that shit. I don't like it. I think it's awful. I know, once again, Ducklet, Swan have done it. You had them for the decks and shit. But I've never gone out and thought, let's test run a Swanna. Let's see how this long-necked little motherfucker is in battle. And again, to you Swanna fans out there, amazing. Hopefully Swanna's killed it for you and whatnot. And I don't mean to take the piss out of your favourite Pokemon, but it's just, for me, it's just so dull and plain. And out of all the flying types of Gen 5, I want nothing to do with it. Out of all the water types of Gen 5, I want nothing to do with it. There's far superior flying in water types in Gen 5 that I would have 110% went to. And any later generations been added to, the newer water and the newer flying types and stuff, I would have been more gravitated to. I think Swanna's a bit shit, and I've definitely never used Swanna. One, purely based on weird creepiness, it's Florgress. I've always been creeped out by Florgress. Flabébé and Floette, I can tell you now, I've definitely had on the team. I have definitely used them for a small period of time. But as soon as Florgress is there, I'm like, no. I don't know why, it reminds me of something weird that would just sacrifice me. I have a weird relation. I know it's not a grass type, it's a fairy type, but it's a plant. I have a weird relationship with plants and vegetation and shit, even though I love the grass type, and it's weird as fuck. And it always freaked me out, like some sort of like, it's going to get its like roots and nectar and pollen and grass shit in this, and just, I don't know, it's always creeped me out a little bit. And I always have like weird thoughts if I was in a world of Pokemon, just chilling in bed, and by my window it just comes floating by, and I'm thinking, oh, get the fuck away from me, you creepy, flowery, weird cunt. And I don't like it. Like I said, Flabébé, Floette, use them 100%. As soon as you get anywhere near a Florgress or whatever, it's a no-no for me. It's straight in the box. It's either evolving in the Pokedex or just capture a wild, whatever it may be. It's a no thank you. It's a bye-bye. It's a get the fuck out of town. You're absolutely vile and disgusting. I'm sorry, once again, Florgress fans. Don't mean to offend. I liked what Pokemon were trying to do there, but it creeps me the fuck out. I've never used it. What? Well, no, there's no point doing it. I was going to do these side by side, but there's no point. Right, I will quickly say Aromatisse. Once again, a Pokemon that's been regularly bullied on the channel, and I don't mean to. I won't harper on too much more about this and the next one. But Aromatisse, the whole line, to be fair, again, caught, done, Dex, whatever. It's just shockingly bad, though. It's just, like, what the fuck are you? What, I think somebody did explain in the comments not long ago, it's designed on, like, the French dance lady people thing. Is that true? Is that correct? I don't know. Fuck knows. I know I'm wearing, like, an Aromatisse sort of styled hat at the minute, on the fact that it's just pink, but it's absolutely vile. Aromatisse, and then the next, Slurpuff. It's just another one that's just so fucking shit. Like, what are you? It's they put all the fairy thought process to me in Sylveon, and everyone else was just like, set of keys, flower thing, pastry weird shit, whatever that bird looking thing is. And that's all they thought of. That's all they could really do. They thought, oh, we'll give some old boys and girls the fairy type in. But apart from that, our thought process is Sylveon. And everyone else got out. But yeah, Slurpuff's another one that's just, no thanks, never been appealed to. Yep, caught, done, Dex, ticked all the boxes. But I've definitely never used it. If I was a Slurpuff trainer, and it was my last Pokemon in battle, and like they had one left, and I was in the middle of the, about to become a champion, I'd be like, oh, I've got no Pokemon left. Oh, you win. They're like, no, you got one more Pokemon. I'm like, no, I haven't. Trust me, I only come with 5. You win. Well done. I just wouldn't send it out. I'd be like, what the fuck is this piece of shit? So yeah, Slurpuff. Stop. It's, I still cannot fucking say his name right. Quackerville. Either way, the horrible dancing birdie boy from the Paldean region. Yes, I'm sorry. Quaxley, okay, and as soon as we get up the line, it's fucking disgusting. I have had it on the team, I've evolved and all that carry on, we've had one for the deck stuff, for the completion and all that carry on, especially because I like to go for a full, a living dex, one of each Pokemon. We've done all that carry on, but I have never sent it out to battle, I have never used a move with it. If I have, I've completely forgotten about it already, because I know for a fact Meowscarada was my, Violet playthrough starter, and fucking Skelleridge is my Scarlet playthrough, and I have done multiple playthroughs, but I don't think I've ever used Quaxley. I don't think I've chose Quaxley and went all the way through with it. Again, somebody can correct me in the comments below and say, Dan, you said this in that video and you said you used it. And maybe I have. But maybe my hatred for it has just completely made me forget, and somebody could prove us wrong, because I really do hate this as a starter. I think everything about it is so awful. I don't mind the water fighting type, and that's pretty cool. I don't like the cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha, the transition feet and it's stupid little, and the way that it hits it. Just like, no, fuck off. Please, kindly, fuck off. So if I have used it, I've completely erased it from recent memory, because Scarlet and Violet's, still not mega old, are they? But yeah, I don't think I've ever used him. Number 1, Goldengo. I don't necessarily hate Goldengo. I know he got memed on quite a lot, and he should have been people were saying he should have been a bit better for the number that he was. But yeah, the cheese string motherfucker, I think I evolved and put him straight away. I've never been enamored by him. The typing's fine, but the design, it's cool. The story behind it's awesome, but it just doesn't look right to me. It looks a bit weird. It looks a bit funky. I'm not overly enamored by him. The second that somebody pointed out it looks like the cheese string character, I was like, yep, that's all I can see now. And cheese string makes me feel disgusting. I love cheese, but that weird plastic, horrible cheese, no thank you. So Goldengo, I've never used you. I've evolved you. I've got you, but you're a piece of shit, mate. I'm sorry. You're a bunch of weird ghosty gold steel shit. There we have it. That's the 10 Pokemon that I'm fairly certain I've never used before. Like I said, obviously, I could forget, maybe I did use Aromatisse for a couple of battles once in X and Y. Top of my head, I can't remember. Who else do we have on the list? Blossom, I'm fairly certain we never used. Anyway, you know the gist. Let me know in the comments below the visuals. The Pokemon that you definitely know you have never used out of, you don't like the design, you think the type's a bit weird, they creep you out like Florgris does with me. Do you think they're too weak? Whatever it may be, let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to find out which Pokemon you guys may have avoided and have never even tried using just to see what they're like. It'll be an interesting conversation. We have visuals, another edition of Pokemon Thursday. If you did enjoy this list, which Pokemon Thursdays have just become lists lately, let me know in the comments below. And Wabuski and Shanuski, anything you want to let me know. You guys are literally the fucking best. Thank you so much for watching. Just remember visuals to always keep me and you and keep on keeping on.